Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as we get into a brand new day, a brand new video, brand new chaos, should we say. But we're going to start off not at Chelsea. Nah, I'll get to Chelsea straight after this. I want to show you something. Today, Tottenham played Manchester United. Tottenham won. I mean, Man United are... If there's a layer beyond the grave, like at this point, they're heading towards the core of the earth, basically. Yeah, they're just going to get straight up burnt, you know. Maybe we should just say they're heading to hell. But I'm going to show you what the Tottenham fans did before the game. This was the turnout for a protest against the Tottenham Hotspur leadership, ownership, Daniel Levy. It was a good... Apparently, according to the numbers estimated, between 1,000 to 2,000 people. Absolutely massive. Not been done at Tottenham before. Every time Tottenham have had a protest, at least on some sort of a level, it's always been very, always small. I mean, to the point where we even said... We've seen examples of little demonstrations, it's been like 20 people, 10 people. At one point, I remember there was like 5 people with a little demonstration, and then there was a geezer playing the guitar. Like, bizarre. But today they meant business. Today they meant business. Up to 2,000 people rocking up saying they want Daniel Levy out. And even after the game, which they won the game. Right? Mainly because Man United were absolutely dreadful. But anyway, they won the game. And by the way, I do want to say, just on a side note, can I just mention this? Because we're talking football here. That game as a whole, let me know in the comments. Was it just me or was it super slow? It's like the whole game, it's like every one of those players was moving in slow motion. There was zero intensity, or at least if they were trying, nothing was responding. But the game looked like it was on 0.5x speed. I don't know. Anyway, after the game, Tottenham fans still stayed at the ground for a sit-in protest, right? Organised by Change for Tottenham. Chants against the ownership are not so audible as the PA system plays music. And then Nizarkin says still not such huge numbers. I mean, considering that this is Tottenham Stadium and considering that there's fans on every single stand that decided to just sit in, that tells you where they are and what they're trying to do. And it's garnered attention and it's garnered talk and it's to set things in motion. This is long overdue for Tottenham. Long overdue for Tottenham, yeah? They've accepted way too much. And even they've hit boiling point. Manchester United, we know they have a protest coming up on the 9th of March when they play Arsenal, and the 1958 have already announced that, and that will be happening at Old Trafford. If I'm not mistaken, it's at Old Trafford. I need to double check. I'm pretty sure. So there's that. But considering how long Tottenham have just accepted, Daniel Levy's been them for 20 odd years, yeah? Basically, when Roman came to Chelsea and we started dominating everything, Daniel Levy went to Spurs, not as owner, but obviously as part of the ownership team, went, and it's just been nothing. Absolutely nothing. 1 League Cup to show for it, and that's because they beat us under Avram Grant. They waited that long, and only now they've hit boiling point. Man United, who since Sir Alex Ferguson have only seen little waves, right? We saw them what they did under Louis van Gaal, under Jose Mourinho, right? That's it, really. Yeah, they won the little FA Cup under Ten Hag, but they've had complete mediocrity being accepted under the Glazers. And even now, they're starting to take proper action with the 1958. So I ask about Chelsea. For the people that are looking at this protest that's been organised for the 25th at home to Southampton, right, and are criticising it for whatever reason, that, oh, it's not going to work, there's no point, right? Those are the same people that tell you to be positive about the team, by the way. They're the same ones that will tell you, no, but you've got to be positive about everything, right? They're the same ones that will tell you the protest won't work. Talk about trying to be positive. That's not positive. That's quite negative, isn't it? Just thought I'd mention. Looks like the toxic positivity doesn't quite, filter through to protests. But anyway, personally, because I can speak for myself, yeah? I'm not willing to wait 20 odd years like Tottenham fans did. I don't know, how many years since Alex Ferguson had left Manchester United, and how many years they've actually just been like waiting for something to happen. When the evidence with Chelsea Football Club is super, super clear. There's some people saying that the protest needs to be more specific, right? Not Blue Co out, because Blue Co, they can't sell. Where does it say that they can't sell? I'd love someone to come and bring evidence. Bring me the proof. This is why I've said on here to the journalists, go and get us the evidence. Get us the evidence. If there's evidence, get us the evidence that these lot cannot sell for 10 years. Go on, bring it. And like I said, if there is a clause that Blue Co cannot sell Chelsea, which there very well might be, I don't know, there might be, but I've not seen any evidence to show, then is there any evidence to show that they can't sell the company, Blue Co, instead? And leave that in place as the owner of Chelsea, but hand that over to someone else. Can they do that? Because trust me, when it comes to acquisition, there's many layers that it can be done in. And there's many ways that businessmen, business people, owners in this regard, find an exit plan. Very, I don't want to say complicated, very structured way. Loads of layers that are in place on levels that the public just are not shown. They're not. It's not in broad daylight for people to just understand on such a simplistic level. You think these owners are really going to just tie themselves into a business for 10 years without an exit plan? You've got to be. I mean, come on. That would be horrific business. Horrific. So I'd love someone, journalists in this regard, yeah, go and get the evidence that there is a clause. I'd love to see that. Because the last mention, and I'll tell you guys, and you can go and look this up, the last mention of a clause was before the sale had actually gone through. And Chelsea were, technically, in terms of books, still in debt. And that clause was being mentioned as a Glazer clause. Roman afterwards wiped the debt off. The debt was wiped. So what clause are we talking about here? We hadn't heard about an official clause since Sky News reported that it might actually be there. But has anyone actually told us that it is there, 100% certain? Because Roman wiped the debt off and then the club was sold. These guys bought Chelsea debt-free. So what clause are we talking about here? But I'd love to know. So for the ones that are saying it's going to be more specific, because Blue Co are not going to leave. Well, I've just explained that, from the way that I see it, they can leave, surely. So I'd love to be proven otherwise. But to be more specific, it's funny because the terms that now some people are talking about being more specific with are the same terms that people were already voicing frustration about ages ago and we were getting ridiculed for it. I'm on here telling people that we need more experience. Yeah, how long have I said that for? We need more experience. Yeah, we need a spine. We need players that these young players can bounce off of. And I was being told, no, but it's the model, don't worry. When people were screaming, change the model, right? No one wanted to bat an eye. And all of a sudden, it was okay what the club were doing. And now we understand that the club are basically flipping young players like they're flipping burgers. And it's just the way it is because they just want to generate profits. And they're not bothered about actually winning or success on the pitch. They just want to generate money and that's it. In the lowest risk way possible. Because that, on a financial level, is actually very, very good business. If you can find a way to generate money with minimal risk, you've hit the jackpot. Which is what Brighton do. because they have to. They ain't got the resources. These guys want to use Chelsea Football Club and its name and its stature in order to do the same thing but on steroids in order to generate more money with low risk. Waiting for success is actually quite risky because you're not guaranteed it. In this model, you're actually guaranteed profit. You're guaranteed profit. Getting super young players in at very low fees, low cost, low wages, get them up a little bit, let them leverage the Chelsea badge and Chelsea name, boom, market value goes up, sell them on for profit, thank you very much. Bob's your uncle. It's obvious that's what the club is being used for now. So when people try to say, can you get the specifics out? I think it's best to go and actually hear from the owner's own mouths, the clips that they were actually speaking on when they bought the club, and they were telling everyone to their faces what they were going to do, and all of us as fans were going, no, but it's football. Yeah, of course they're going to be focusing on money a little bit. It's normal, but you've got to balance the two. Surely they're not going to abandon the football side. After 3 years, some people are actually asking the question as to, Honourable, why is there a protest? What is it you're actually protesting? Really? Are you not that? Stevie wondered. It's incredible. But I'm not here to try and get everyone to agree on one thing. It's not going to be possible. I just want to make that clear because it's a point that's doing the rounds and I want to just give my opinion on it, yeah? They can give their opinion, I'll give mine. Respectfully, if there's any fan that is looking at this protest coming up and going, oh, but I don't know why, then stay at home and go and do what you got to do. This does not concern you in that regard. It does not concern you. But the ones that see it for what it is, the ones that can see where this is going, the ones that do not want to allow the club to head in the same direction that Manchester United is headed in, who are now 15th, that Tottenham are headed in, where they've seen nothing for 20 odd years, even Arsenal for a good extent, that have not actually seen success at the level required for 20 odd years, right? And spent how many years without actual Champions League football. We're not willing to wait and see Chelsea go down the same path. I'd rather cut the cancer off now because these owners have not shown any sign that they are going to change. Hence why I've been asking the question on here for a while to you guys, do you think they're going to change? Every single time we get a sign or a PR or a brief telling us, no, they're not going to change. So the thing is here, when I was here saying, change the model, get experience in, and we go through 2 windows where we don't get that, we go through more PR telling us we're getting more kids, you think we're just going to stick around, just wait for something to happen? Either they're going to change it or they're not because they don't want to. Then if you don't want to, great, you've made your bed, you can lie in it. You can get out the football club, please, because we do not trust you anymore. I hope that answers why there's a protest on the 25th. Does that make it clear? I hope it does. So, talking about PR and talking about all of this, let's hear what Fabrizio had to say today. This is about to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. Chelsea's idea was Champions League this season. That's what they want. Chelsea are planning with Enzo Maresca for the future and have already started some summer transfer meetings. Chelsea are happy with his tactics, his mentality he is giving to the team, no issues. They believe he's the right man. I'm sorry, did Enzo Maresca just not come out publicly and tell us twice that the aim is Champions League next season, not this season, saying the club did not tell me that Champions League is the aim this season? His own mouth. So what is it? I'm confused. I'm confused. Enzo, I'm confused. Fabrizio, I'm confused. Chelsea, I'm confused. Which way is it? Is it Maresca or is it Romano? Someone's lying here. What is it? You see what happens when the PR doesn't meet? But, I want to put a big but. Because what Fabrizio's posted here, right? What Fabrizio's posted here about Maresca. This is what was posted about Poch. Important news for Chelsea as Mauricio Pochettino is now going to play a crucial role in deciding on transfers and some players. He will have power. In the past, it was not always like this. Chelsea signed players because they wanted to sign them. That was in October 2023. We went past January into February, if you remember, last season, Poch switched Something happened, and all of a sudden, dude started doing things his way, started speaking in a different way. Chelsea actually started playing somewhat decent, and then at the end of that, during his performance review, he got sacked. The message is clear as far as I'm concerned with this. If Maresca just trods along and accepts, he'll keep his job. If he decides to switch up and actually, lose it in the same way that Poch did, he'll lose his job. It's as simple as that. But the point about Chelsea wanting Champions League, I'm sorry, but it doesn't actually seem like we are acting in a way like we want Champions League. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And after 3 years, like we were told, it would take 4 transfer windows. David Ornstein told us that we can judge the club after 4 transfer windows. It's now been 6, and this summer will be 7, but don't worry. Yeah, we've made progress. We ain't moved an inch since these lot have actually walked into the club. We've not moved an inch. These lot inherited what was a majority Champions League winning team. Where top 4 was, if we'd finished 4th, we were peed off. Because we wanted more. And now everyone's like, oh no, we're getting top 4, it's fine. After 3 years, that's not where we should be. We've shown no growth whatsoever. In fact, we've regressed, we've declined, but don't worry, the books look good. Go and look at what Igbali and Feliciano and even Bowley said when they acquired the club. There's videos and whatnot. Actually, you can go onto my Twitter, my ex, right? And you see I've reposted, there's 3 videos of Igbali talking when they acquired the club, and you see what he says from his own mouth. Yeah, listen carefully to those 3 clips, and you'll see exactly what he has said back then has now played out for what Chelsea have actually turned into. Completely. Including how much he admires Brighton. You can go and watch it. You know where the link is, in the description. Here's Jason Cundy. Let's read what he's got to say. Levi Colwell is learning on the job. He needs a John Terry or Thiago Silva next to him. When John Terry came in, he had Frank Leboeuf and Marcel Desailly. They learned off of each other. We're fragile. But don't worry, apparently we don't need experience, according to some people, and we don't need a spine, according to some people. We just keep buying young players and it'll all be okay, because that's how life works, apparently, honestly. Let's go to Joe Cole. Big up Jason Cundy for that. He's correct. Here's Joe Cole. You can get all the data you want of a 21-year-old that will predict he will be this at 24. But there's a process between 21 and 24 where he'll have to learn in every single game. I know from my experience, playing with experienced players around me as a young man was invaluable. And it's moments like the Brighton game where you need those experienced guys around you. I've said it from the very start of this ownership, you have to have experienced players. You can have all the managers you want on the touchline. Shankly, Mourinho, Sir Alex Ferguson. Sometimes the lessons are learned on the pitch with your teammates teaching you and nurturing you through a situation. So this whole idea of these young players getting there, well, they might be, but I tell you what, they'd be there a hell of a lot quicker, and Chelsea would be getting more points and be higher in the table if they would just put some experience around them. Don't worry, though. Don't worry. When we were saying this, we were told, nah. Experience? Nah, we don't need that. We don't need that. What are you complaining for, is what I was told. What are you complaining about? What are you complaining for? I don't need to say anything else. Joe Cole has nailed it. I don't need to say anything else. And if anyone has ears to listen to that and understand it and a brain to understand it, then great. And if you don't, good luck to you. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're lost. It's as simple as that. Good luck to you. Just whatever you do in your life, good luck. We don't need to interact any longer. Simple as that. Joe Cole, absolutely spot on. And he's made it absolutely clear. So, I'm going to end it there. Protest on the 25th, Chelsea versus Southampton, 6 p.m, Bovril Gate, that is official. And for those thinking it's just probably going to be a one-time thing, I severely doubt it. So, if you're able to make it. That would be fantastic. If you're going to the game, you're going to be there anyway, so that would be fantastic. And in the lead up to all of that, there'll be more videos. I'll see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Subscribe, notification bell on, and I will catch all of you on the next one. In a bit, people, look after yourselves, take care, and peace.